Hello YouTube. Today we're going to go through some objects and changes I'm going to make with my van, the Zion SRT. Hi everybody. We just got back from our trip to Michigan. Couple little things to share with you what we learned on that trip, and a few slight modifications we're planning to make, which we will be sharing with you in this video. First off, the curtain issue still exists. The 3M material does not seem to stay in the heat of Georgia, so we have not resolved that yet. A couple things we do have, though, new. We did pick up this, which is a tank flush. It has a spinning tip here. It's got a valve, so you hook it up to a hose, and you can use it. Primarily, it's designed to flush the black tank. Some of the other types of RVs out there, especially larger ones, have a connection to connect a hose or something to your black tank to flush it a little bit. The Zion does not. This is a common tool that's used by many to stick down through the toilet opening and use it to flush the sides of the tank and help to clean it out. So I'm going to use that. It should help clean the sensors a little bit, so you get a little more accurate reading, at least for a trip or two. Second thing, we picked up this little electronic device prior to the last trip. Whoops, wrong button. And it is a bug zapper. You can see how big it is, or rather how small. It just sits there or hangs, and it is perfect for little things like mosquitoes, gnats, etc. that you might get inside the van. It doesn't have a very wide range, but works pretty good inside the van. That was recommended to me by people on the Zion Simplicity forum on Facebook. And then we have this. No, it is not a badminton racket. It has a switch. It is electronic, and it is also a bug zapper. My friends, the Inmans, had one of these out in their backyard in the patio. They use it to kill flies. Instead of chasing them around the fly swatter, all they got to do is make contact. When I was over to my daughter's place at their camper, the seasonal site, they had one for getting flies, and they had a couple extras. So I got one of theirs, used it in the van. It works great. All you got to do is make contact, and they're gone. You still got to make contact. They tend to try to fly away from this, just as they do away from your hand. And there's not a lot of swing room inside the Zion, but it does work. We picked up a roll of this, again, from the Roadtrek Zion Simplicity forum. Complaining about the 3M tape, somebody suggested, and this is called alien tape, as seen on TV. It's a peel and stick type thing. You put it on, and it's some type of composite material, and you press it on, and it more or less creates a suction, and it doesn't pull off, supposedly. We'll find out how well that works. Lots of uses in there for that. Now, what are we going to be doing physically in the van? Because these things you're not going to really see in operation. Number one, we've had the fire extinguisher loose for a long time. Nobody seems to care for where they mounted it, which is right behind the passenger seat, which is a foot hazard when you rotate the seat. And mine came loose, and I never put it back up. So I am going to remount it. I've decided to mount mine to the bathroom door. It's an easy mount. I don't have to worry about what it is. Just drill a couple holes and a couple screws, or bolts rather, I'll put through there, and it will hold very solid, be very firm and very secure, and readily accessible from the general kitchen area of the vehicle or the cab. So that's my plan there. That's one of the things we're going to do. Second thing I mentioned on previous videos, which you may or may not have seen yet, depending on the order they appear. But we've had some problems with the electrical outlet I added. I use a tap that's inside the closet, and I put a little plug-in, multi-outlet plug-in in there. And with the strain of the cords hanging off of that and vibrating down the road, it comes loose. So every time I stop, I have to plug it back in. This is my solution here. This will plug into that tap, and I will do it this way. And I will put this on the wall like this, and my two cords can plug into this, and there'll be no real strain on this. I may try the alien tape on this just to see how it works. If not, I will try to do it with the 3M. Next up, I have an organizational problem. I know, you people that know me probably say you've had that all your life. That's true. One of the things I've been doing is I have a lot of little charging cords. I got a phone charging cord. I've got a radio charging cord. I've got a Fitbit charging cord. I've got a separate cord that fits my GPS. I have another separate cord that fits my drones. And I pack these in a bag and I take them with me, and then I get home and I bring them out in the house and I unpack them as I need them and then repack them. What I've done now is I've got a whole kit here, and this is just the new ones. I have a couple others already in the house. These are cables, charging cables, multiples thereof. So it gives me a complete separate set of cables, which I can now leave in the van. So the next part of the organization is, where do you put them? I lose them. I set them down. I even put one where it was supposed to go and forgot where that was. So what I've come up with is I found this multi-purpose cable clip set. And this is designed to just put the cords in the clips. I didn't need this much, but it was cheap enough. This one takes 1, 2, 3, 4. These take 5. These take 3, and there's 2 of each of those. I may have 5 of them or 6. I can take, and I've got 2 bangers and I've got 4 1-bangers. This is what they look like. They're kind of soft. The cord will just press in there, and it will reasonably hold itself. If I had one out, I could show you, but I don't know how well you can see that, but that's what they look like. So the plan is to put this on the inside of the closet door and then hook all the cables, charging cables there. There'll be a spare set. I never have to remove them from the van, and if I'm smart enough to put them away, I'll always know where they are. So the next step will be to get my drill and tools and stuff and go out to the van and start doing some of this work, and we'll record some of that for you and finish off the video with showing you what it is now and what we end up with. So catch you outside in the van. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, we are out in the van now, and we're going to start getting to work on our projects. First up is going to be the fire extinguisher. What we'll show you first is this is the actual location of the fire extinguisher when you get the van. And if you've got the seat turned around, it's right in the way of your feet. This actually got kicked off the mount here, so it has to be reattached anyway. So what are we going to do with it? Okay, let's take a look at where we plan to put it. We are going to mount it right here on the door to the bathroom. Convenient, easy to access, and it should be solidly mounted there using bolts. So let's get started. Okay, here's the finished position for the fire extinguisher. And the release is right here, and you just pop it off. A little awkward to get on because there's no gap below it to twist the bracket, but once it's on, it stays. So we're all set there. Let's move on to the next project. Maggie's heading that direction now. Okay, it's in there. Now we can plug in the 2 cords, one for the microwave and the other one for the electrical outlet. And that should hold a lot better. And we'll see how the alien tape holds up, but it's solidly into the outlet there, so we should be good. And what we're powering is this outlet back over here underneath the television, so should be good to go there. So now we'll move on to the next item of business. Okay, the last item we're going to deal with today is an assortment of cords, and this is what I have to carry in my van. I've got a cord that's specifically for my Garmin's. I've got one for my ham radio. I've got a standard USB for my cell phone. I've got this charger for my Fitbit, and I've got an older style USB which is used for my drones and my older GoPro camera. So all of these cords, and I've been taking them into the van and back in the house and into the van. I bought second set, as I mentioned in the intro, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put one of these inside the cabinet and hopefully hook all of the cords to it. So let's see how that's going to work. Let's get started. It's got its own adhesive strip. I don't know how good it's going to be, but we're going to clean this off real good. Let that dry, and then we'll stick it up. If that doesn't work, if that doesn't hold, we'll go to some other adhesive or possibly alien tape. So now we'll let this dry and then stick the other piece up there. Okay, we put this up here. We're going to let it set a minute, and then we'll put the cords on. Okay, it's finished. This one here is kind of heavy, so I looped it around and did a double. The other end of it's here. So I had one cord left over. I put it down on a single. This one is very thin and was falling out, so I've got multiple strands in here. But overall, it's going to work fine. And we just close this up, and it's out of sight, out of mind. So there we go. We're pleased, and these projects are finished. Thank you for following along with us. Bye bye.